You need to look forward to going out there, show your qualities to the world. Just enjoy it, because before you know, it's all over, and I don't want to have any regrets after my career that I should have done this or should have done that.
On the 1st of January 2018, Virgil van Dijk became the most expensive defender in the world when he signed for Liverpool from Southampton for a fee of £75 million.
There was a lot of pressure on him when he signed for this enormous fee for Liverpool.
Virgil van Dijk's signing was a sore spot for me personally, because it is one of those where I completely got it wrong.
Van Dijk's arrival radically transformed Liverpool's defence, and within 6 months, he'd helped the Reds reach their first Champions League final in over a decade.
I think he's pretty much close to flawless and has one of the biggest brains that you'll ever see defensively. I mean, I got no problem as an Italian comparing him to Franco Baresi in terms of how he reads the game.
He's that dominant. I think physically strikers know that they can't beat him for pace or strength, and yeah, and he's that consistent.
To do well as a player, but also for a team, the most important thing is consistency. And being consistent is what Virgil is.
In his first full season for Liverpool, Van Dijk soared to an even higher level. He started all 38 matches and scored 4 goals, as Jurgen Klopp's side boasted the best defensive record in the Premier League. Ultimately, they finished second, despite amassing a huge total of 97 points, just 1 point behind Manchester City. However, they made up for that by beating Tottenham in their second Champions League final in a row to lift the trophy for the 6th time in their history.
That stays in my mind forever, I think, and it was a very special evening, special night for me, for my family, and for the whole team. I'm very happy that I already obviously been welcomed in the LFC family. I'm a part of a bit of history already with winning the Champions League.
And the honours didn't end there, as Van Dijk's sensational first full season was acknowledged by his peers.
Your 2019 PFA Men's Player of the Year is Virgil van Dijk.
I think it's the highest honour you can get as a player, to get voted, Player of the Year by obviously the players you play against every week. Yeah, it's special, and I'm very proud and honoured to win.
Despite all of that success, there was one honour that had eluded the Dutchman. And in the 2019-20 season, Van Dijk helped Liverpool to win the one piece of silverware that every fan had craved for too long: the Premier League title, their first league championship since 1990.
He's taken Liverpool to another level. He was the missing link in many ways that helped the team be a lot more balanced and effective defensively.
If I see him play now, he's one of the best defenders in the world. And that's good for him. I think that's good for Liverpool. That's good. It's not good for United, but it's good for Dutch football as well.
Yeah, he knows what I think of him, because we're close, and I'm not afraid to tell him. Like, I'm grateful to have been around and been amongst him, not just as a player but as a friend. So yeah, he's definitely like a big brother to me, and I'm lucky to have been in his presence in these last few years.
Best player to be around. It's always nice when they're on the attack. You always, if we got Virg there, it's fine. Just see him, his big arm come across and defend our situations when we can go and express ourselves up front. It's really good.
He's won everything there is to win with this team, and now the next step for him is to try and do that with the Dutch national team as well.
Van Dijk made his Netherlands debut in 2015, a transitional period for Dutch football in which they failed to reach 2 successive tournaments.
At that time we were struggling, we didn't qualify for the World Cup in Russia, so it was very important for me to see how they approach the game and how they prepare for games, how they deal with the games, so it made me, and I was a very proud moment to be there.
Ronald Koeman, the man who brought Van Dijk to Southampton, will become the Dutch national coach in 2018, and he was quick to make Van Dijk his captain.
Since the humiliation of not qualifying in 2016 and 2018, Holland obviously been on the up. You know, Van Dijk has kind of been one of 2 or 3 players who've kind of always been there throughout. And I think that's an important role he plays.
With him on the pitch, you can be assured a certain level of calmness, of presence, and of course he can also score the odd goal if need be.
That ball came in and I just swing my foot, and that sounds pretty easy, but it was quite a good finish actually. And yeah, we got through, and unfortunately we couldn't win the actual Nation League tournament. But yeah, that moment was big.
What an honour is it going to be to represent the country at the World Cup and potentially win it?
Potentially, that's a big ask. But it doesn't, for me, it doesn't really matter that in the end, that I only then play maybe 1 or 2 World Cups. Or it's about being there and being in the moment, and being able to represent your country and have the joy that you had as a little boy, because that's what you dream of.